Lately, we've seen collaborations between some of pop culture and gaming's biggest properties. Today, we wanted to sit down and discuss this idea of if there's just a little too much of this happening nowadays. Now, why are we doing this? Well, that's because this is a hot topic. What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but welcome back to another episode of Hot Topic, and I'm joined today by Aiden. Why don't you say what's up?
Hello.
So, today we're gonna be... I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna say I'm gonna be doing the impossible. Like that reaction already. We're starting off hot.
Yep.
Just don't get the bat out. That's all I'm asking. But today we're going to be talking about crossovers in gaming. You've seen them all in Warzone, in Fortnite, and I'm going to be doing the impossible here. I'm going to defend Fortnite here and say these crossovers, these different things you see, the brand synergy in gaming, I'm going to say it's a good thing, and you are avidly against this.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Fortnite. I applaud them for being able to become like the monumentous thing that they've become, but like, I'm just not a fan of the game. I think it's a piece of trash.
Well, Fortnite has taken on different forms, and it's been a tower defense game. It's been a battle royale. It's like a Guitar Hero clone thing. It's a racing sim. There's creative mode. And I think crossovers and what this game has become now is the key point to all this. It's not just that simple battle royale game. I wouldn't say they would. You'd classify this as like a metaverse type deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, really, the key to their success at this point, I'd say, is literally that they've been able to do so many crossovers. If it was the same game, like Warzone or the Fallout Battle Royale that happened, like, if it was the same and didn't keep evolving and just kept doing seasons and didn't have, like, oh, Avatar come in or Star Wars or anything like that, it would have probably failed, like, 5 years ago.
I agree. It's what keeps people coming back. And I find myself in this weird situation where whenever there's a IP involved that I like, being Star Wars, Marvel, I'm basic like that, I would look at the game, hop back in, and see what's up. Like, my first battle pass I've ever bought off Fortnite was the first time they did the Marvel stuff, and I thought it was cool. Again, with battle passes and stuff like that, it's very grindy, and I kind of get over the game as time goes on. But this first crossover I can recall is whenever they did the Thanos crossover, where he had the Infinity Gauntlet. This was like Endgame, Infinity War era. And that was big. Like, that was a lot for the gaming world. That's all people ever talked about, was Thanos being in Fortnite. And I think with this game specifically, it has to be a delicate balance of who you include and what you include. I think with Thanos, it fits the game. He's kind of, he's a violent character. He'll battle. You can see him in that situation. But if you take a character like... are we going to say Winnie the Pooh? Because he's in public domain. That could happen.
Yeah, I mean, just take the murderer Winnie the Pooh.
It could happen. Yeah. It could very well happen.
Hey, I've mentioned it to you before. They need to do Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is public domain. Just do a whole thing. I think at this point Oswald would be public domain too. Old characters like that, old like 1940s characters, bring them back, have it be like oh hey, let's do a crossover with like all animation styles and have them go around with like finger guns shooting like pew pew pew.
And the worst part is, like, you can laugh and think it's not. That could work. It could all work. Legal stuff is the biggest hurdle they got to get over, and now that the character is in the public domain, you can just kind of do it. Like Epic can sit there
Yeah,
and they have that partnership with Disney, right? Or they bought stake in the company, like a huge part of it.
yeah, yeah. Disney. Well, no, Disney bought a stake of like Epic Games,
How
and
long are we
so
giving
they're
them?
they're invested here, man. They are.
Now, how long are we taking? Or we're gonna place a bet on a time frame. How long until we get a Disney princess? I don't know which one. I
Mulan,
ooh, I was gonna go the one from Brave. I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Merida.
Merida, because she's
I
got the
I
bow and
could see
arrow.
that. I could see that. Now, hear me out here. Stitch. I know
Ooh,
that's not a Disney princess, but Stitch.
he's got
Running around with a little
blasters.
blaster.
It could happen. Hey, Epic, we're here. We got ideas.
Yeah.
We can
No,
do this.
perfect pitch here. Like I said, perfect pitch here. We just do like Oswald, like old school Mickey Mouse, like Steamboat Willie style. We do the old school like Pete from that and everything. Bring all those characters back, like original animation styles. Throw them into the game. Throw in special power ups like big glove hands that you can have for like guns and everything. And then also do cartoon portals. Make paint. Make paint that you can like do something on a wall that ends up like being able to fool people, where they can like smash into things.
Looney
Like go
Tunes.
full Wile E. Coyote on that, and then also cartoon holes, like portable holes, like throw them onto the ground, teleport.
It works. It works for this game. They got the porter riffs where you jump down and you land
Yeah,
somewhere else. Man,
Epic. I will take my $100,000.
just right here, just drop a comment real quick. Tell us what's up. Now, I want to ask, we've had with crossovers, not just skins and whatever have you, we've had actual events within the game. A Travis Scott concert, Eminem performed, Marshmello, Billie Eilish, and there's probably another one in there that I'm forgetting. But those are moments that don't involve the game, but like you load into the Battle Royale, it takes you to a certain place, and you watch this cinematic thing unfold. That's also a big part of this. What Fortnite is, it's the metaverse type deal where you pop in and you live a life, I guess. I don't. Do you live life in Fortnite? Is that what you're going to be doing now? Like, with Lego,
I don't know.
maybe.
Go into the simulation within the simulation.
It's getting real meta. It's getting real wild. But I brought up Lego too. That is a huge thing for them to get. Like Lego mode specifically is a big
I
deal.
mean,
They just did the
Lego
Star Wars
has
thing.
everything.
How does that
Lego
work?
has everything at this point. So like realistically, everything's Fortnite.
Wow.
Realistically, everything is not Fortnite.
We're uncovering a lot here. Maybe this is just like a big conspiracy. This is what it's
That
turned
that
into.
stupid Polly Pocket Lego set. That's Fortnite now.
That's what makes things weird for me because it's like, all right, they did whenever there's like a Star Wars character, I have a few skins of those, and you go into the Lego mode, there's a Lego specific person. But with the Marvel stuff, there's not that many characters that translate to Lego and blah blah blah. That is where things get interesting because, like you said, there's a Lego set for practically every big movie, every big show, whatever. And it's like, all right, between Lego and Fortnite having the deal, does that include other IPs, or is it more or less kind of the ones that are pretty much in Fortnite right now? They get the Lego stuff added on.
I
So
mean, it'd probably just be what they have in the game already. I mean, I doubt that other companies would want involved and be like, "Oh yeah, we're totally fine with you taking our My Little Ponies and putting them in Fortnite just because there's a Lego set of them," you know?
that would do it. Now, I know with this crossover stuff, it can get to be a little too much. We can see crossovers happen that just don't fit the game. But at the same time, I'm looking way back when we had all these different like movie games type deal where like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory game came out. Who's really asking for that? I don't know. Did you play any of those old like campy games back in the day?
I played the old Harry Potter once.
Okay, some of those are good. I'll give them that.
Back when Hagrid was like flat faced and like,
I love that meme. I love that meme so much. But
I
like,
played those.
I think today, 2024, a Fortnite skin or a collab with Warzone or whatever have you, that is the modern day version of that. Things have changed as far as game development goes. We don't see studios really investing in smaller, quick games like that. They're more invested in these AAA, big budget, blah, blah, blah. Not going to bore you with all that information. But they can see, like, hey, what's the next popular movie coming out? Well, we'll just go off of what's happening right now. It was May the 4th, and they did a Star Wars thing in Lego. They can see that coming up, and it's like, hey, let's drop some more Star Wars skins. Let's drop Rey in the game, or whatever have you. That's a lot easier to kind of just get out the door real quick, make a lot of profit, because there will be people there to buy it. There's always going to be those big sharks. I have
Definitely.
fallen to that.
Really, with the latest thing, it's like you said, you don't see those games anymore where like they make a game for a movie. Like you don't have Aragon anymore making a video game movie
I was thinking
or
about that
video
game when we were.
for the movie. I mean,
I was thinking about that
and
game. I played it. I love it.
yeah, like as much as I love that, like you're not gonna have that anymore. The most you're probably gonna get is Lord of the Rings games at this point because that can be spawned into many RPGs. But I mean, really, when you think about it, like they're gonna follow the money. They're
Yeah.
going to, and what brings them money is a partnership with one of those big games that's already guaranteed to get money. So, like COD, for instance, like they did the they did that whole King Kong thing for Warzone. People hated it. They didn't like the idea of spending money on it. I'm sure that there were probably people who did, and those who did gave money to Universal or whoever it is that owns King Kong. And Universal, all they had to do was just sign over the rights for a little bit. I mean, that's there you go. You're getting a ton of money just from doing that simple action right there. Fortnite, I guarantee you, they're getting like millions upon millions of dollars for every single IP that they take on, and I guarantee that Disney has profited like at least a couple million from all the different like IPs that they've given to Fortnite.
I, I'm trying to remember. I'm going to list off a few. They did Dragon Ball Z, Star Wars, Marvel, DC. Michael Jordan and like Jordan Brand did a collab there. Marshmallow, he was a skin with a hammer and all that. Let's see what else. My Hero Academia. I'm trying to think of other anime ones. Naruto. I led with Dragon Ball. It's that thing where I see, and I'm going to put it in the thumbnail because I like controversy. They put Master Chief in the game, right? A Microsoft-owned IP. And then they put Kratos in the game, a PlayStation IP. It's things like that. They're kind of off-putting because normally you're used to seeing these two separate. You think, all right, that is totally never going to cross over in any way. But then, much like the Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron crossover back in the day, it happens, you see it on your TV, and you're like, wow, we're living in this age now.
Uh, you brought back so many memories with that one. The
See?
Timmy Power Hour. Oh my god. I love it.
Peak TV right there, I
That
tell you.
that was peak TV.
We need more
And now
stuff
all
like
I can
that.
think is that they're ruining the Fairly Odd Parents with making another one. But oh well.
Now,
I mean, as far as collabs go, I'm looking at them. Yeah, the first ever one was the Infinity Gauntlet. Then they did NFL. They did a Wreck-It Ralph one that I didn't even know about. There was Marshmallow. They had the Avengers Endgame. They did a Nerf one. Star
Nerf.
Lord, John Wick, Stranger Things, the Air Jordan one, Major Laser. They did. Oh shit! Really? They did Borderlands? I didn't even know that they did Borderlands.
It's
And they did
crazy.
DC Comics as well. They did Star Wars. This doesn't even list all of them. That's just some of them right there. That's just season one, I think. Yeah. Then they did The Mandalorian, God of War, Halo, Walking Dead, Predator, Terminator.
It's
They, you name
crazy.
it, they've done it. It's like
It's like they have all of these IPs, and I don't know how the legal stuff works on that back end of this all, but they can be like, hey, it's been 5 years since we dropped Kratos into Fortnite. Do we just flip the switch and drop him again on the shop real quick? I don't know. We could. And that's what makes it scary. The Amazon Prime TV show is apparently in the works. So, expect that. Perfect example. Oh no, it's going to Call of Duty. I was just about to say Fallout. Fallout is like the hot property. There's a rumor going around that there will be a Call of Duty and Fallout collab with Warzone.
see that one would work. That one would. I think that would work actually pretty well when you think about it. But I don't know, like they just whenever they do a crossover, they just need to make sure that they're doing it like correct and not doing something stupid. Like I mean like
Yeah.
serial killers and stuff for instance, those work for Call of Duty. They do. They're violent. They make for a hell of a fun time to play. Like back whenever in Call of Duty Ghosts they did the whole crossover with Michael Myers and they had the run around and stab people game mode. That one absolutely great. But like Super Smash Brothers does it all the time with Nintendo. Like with well, it's made by Nintendo, but they've done like Sega properties like with Sonic. They also do Square Enix properties with Sora
Yeah.
and everything.
What's it?
They
Metal Gear? They did Metal Gear of all games.
and they also did and speaking of Metal Gear, like well actually that just makes me think of the Tom Clancy stuff, like Splinter Cell and everything. And from that, like they did a crossover into Rainbow Six with that. But like, all of those make sense. Like as long as you're not doing something stupid and bringing a My Little Pony into a Warzone map, then you're good.
The bronies might like that, There might be an audience there.
I mean,
I
the day that I'm murdered by like whatever ponies like Sparkle Power or whatever, I'm done.
I I remember back in the day I played NBA Street and I think it was V3. A crossover that blew my mind back in the day was Nintendo including a team of Luigi, Peach, and Mario in an actual licensed NBA game. They were dunking, they were crossing over people. It was absolutely insane. We used to play it in the senior lounge of my high school too, and you best believe that team was overpowered. It's fun things like that they could do, and then like you said, and the news came out recently too that the NBA star Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns, he's going to be in the game. But he's not in his basketball attire, obviously. I don't think he would be. He's like a head. Like they CGI'd his head and just put it on like what would be an operator body, like full military outfit. That's a little off putting. That's a little weird. It's like, I know the face, but like, would you really be wearing all that stuff? Like Snoop Dogg's
That
in the game too?
see that one's odd to me. I could definitely see like real world people being in it, just because like I mean celebrities endorsing things is already a huge thing. I mean you see it all the time in advertisements. I mean Call of Duty is every live action trailer for Call of Duty has had some sort of celebrity in it.
That is
Like,
true.
I don't recall a time where they haven't had a celebrity or like brought in a band to cross over. I mean, they brought in Avenged Sevenfold for like four of the Call of Duty games, and then Eminem for one of them.
And those kind of fit the aesthetic of the game too, so it's like, I used to watch the Call of Duty clips back in the day, the Modern Warfare 2 ones. It was always Avenged Sevenfold as the background music. So
Oh
gamers
yeah.
are bringing it to life now.
Hey, I remember Modern Warfare 2, and I was one of the best when it came to that quarry map because I would sit on that scaffolding or well the catwalk or whatever in the higher up warehouse, and I would just sit at the window, noob tube in hand, and just like snipe whoever would be sitting there in the catwalk on the lower warehouse.
hmm
And I've had
Part of
so
the
many people get
problem.
pissed at me.
You're part of the problem. That's what we're learning today. That's exactly what we're learning. But to kind of like tie this all together, I think because a game like Fortnite evolved into something other than a battle royale, I think that's why we're seeing more of this. I think they're definitely going to push this going forward as far as we're not just a battle royale. We're a Guitar Hero sim, we're a racing game. They have the concerts where you can buy music and perform it. It's crazy stuff. And I think that's why
But
we're going to see
will
more of
they
this.
do The Sims? Will they cross it over to The Sims?
I,
Make a life simulator?
honestly, the way things are shaping up for that game specifically, I think that could happen. Like, you can already build your own maps and, like, do stuff. Like, why not?
No, I want my character in Fortnite to be able to build their own house and live in it and then have a job.
I, I don't. I want that to happen, but at the same time, I don't because there are periods in my gaming life where I hyper fixate on a game like Two Point Hospital or any of those 2 point games, and I play them for hours and hours and hours. And if Fortnite did that, where you can kind of go in, have a life, make whatever, build your own property, oh, you probably won't see me in these videos for like 2 months. I'll just be in this dark room with the lights cut off, playing that game mode.
No, you do that, get that one in there, and then next you need something that's like a nice cozy game like Stardew Valley.
I love cozy games. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here
Just
for. The cozy
have
games.
Banana Man comes to the island and now you're in charge of like making it better.
There's gonna be like a Ready Player One like moment where all games just come together. Everything's
Yeah.
just gonna be right there, fighting each other.
Yeah, I mean eventually it will. I mean someone's already working on the Oasis. So like I mean for Christ's sake, I just want something like that. Just give me all the crossovers in the world. Just all together, all in one place. And like a nice central hub
Yeah.
where everyone can just be who they want to be.
I mean, you give me a headset, I'm not paying the $700-800 for it. But if it just happens to fall into my lap, upload me to the Matrix, I'm in there. I will be there day one for all of this.
Hey, I'm ready for Deus Ex Machina. So
We're prepared, but
sign me up, chop my arm off, give me a metal one.
I honestly, as long as it's not the arm where I invested my tattoos in, I can lose my left arm, right? You
Uh,
got, you have them on
the
both.
okay, the better one can stay. The one where I like kind of did a Dr. Seuss tree. That one can leave.
Give and take. That's all it's all about. But we're going to give this chance to you guys, the audience. Let us know your thoughts on crossovers within gaming. Of course, if you want to talk more about this stuff and you want to just talk about video games, why don't you join our Discord? It's in the links in the video description down below. We're always talking about games, we're always debating things, so you might want to find a home there if you can't find one in Fortnite or the Metaverse or whatever they're calling it lately. But that about does it for this episode of Hot Topic. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's debate or want your weekly dose of gaming news content, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for content just like this. And we'll see you guys next time.